the Roseville Ice Arena and CCX's coverage of the Section 5AA Girls Hockey Final for 2020 as the Blaine Bengals take on the Maple Grove Crimson. John Jacobson and Dan Ficken with you for tonight's section championship game. The winner moves on to state. This is a spot Maple Grove was in a year ago, Dan, in a game that we televised. They won that night, defeated Centennial, and on the way to a fifth-place finish at state. So they've got their familiarity. A lot of playoff experience for the Crimson.
Yeah, and they really come on. They're playing well as a unit right now. They've been very consistent. They're 9-2 in their last 11, and they're rolling right now. The losses were to basically Blake and Edina, so looking good. Good goaltending, good spread on scoring. The only weakness might be the power play.
Blaine coming off a 1-0 win in the semifinals, and Haley Hansen was outstanding in that game. Their freshman goalie had 40 saves, and I think she's a player they're going to have another big game from tonight if they want to pull an upset.
Oh, absolutely. Maple Grove's averaging 34, but they can get it up to 40 real quick, too. But Hansen's been a tremendous story. She's a freshman in her first real section final situation. She's been solid throughout the playoffs. So, and a goalie can steal a game. And Blaine really isn't that bad, and I don't think they played near up to their potential. They did not take that game seriously, and it almost cost them, but they got here. Now it's a whole new night.
These teams did play once during the regular season in a game we telecast on CCX, a 4-1 win for Maple Grove, the last goal an empty netter. So two fairly evenly matched teams, but Maple Grove definitely the favorite coming in. So what does Blaine need to do other than get really good goaltending to be able to win tonight?
Restrict the shots, play good defense, keep Maple Grove off. They're used to scoring 4 goals a game. If you get them under that, make it tough for them, they could get a little frustrated, okay? Get key scoring from your top scorers, get your power play going. They can do that, they play well. Now, they played a murderous schedule. I mean, they played Blake and Edina and all these other teams. They're not that bad a team. This will be a close game.
Let's look at our key players, starting with the Bengals tonight. Britton Fussy, their second-line center, one of their top scorers on the year.
She is. She's got 23 points. She's got a power play goal, but she's a senior captain. And senior captains are always special because they've earned that spot, and they're quite the player. Usually the heart and soul of the team, and she is. Good, strong skater, good shot. She makes people around her better. She's got almost as many assists as she does goals, so she'll be fun to watch, number 9 for Blaine.
And for Maple Grove, also a senior, Chloe Corbin.
Okay, stats, 15 points. Who cares? She is guts, grit, determination, very defensive-minded, shutdown type of forward. They put her on the other team's best player, and she shuts them down. And she's a joy to watch. You watch, she'll be all over the ice tonight, and she'll be rubbing and rubbing.
Should be a good one tonight. Blaine and Maple Grove, the winner advances out of Section 5AA and will play next Thursday at the XL Energy Center in the State AA quarterfinals. We'll take time out. We'll come back, drop the puck on the first period. Blaine and Maple Grove hockey next on CCX. A cold night outside the Oval and outside Roseville Ice Arena. We are ready for hockey. Nice warm Roseville Ice Arena. John Jacobson, Dan Ficken, as we get ready. Top 2 seeds getting set to do battle here, Dan, in the Section 5AA final. And, well, we can't exactly say there's no place we'd rather be on Valentine's Day. Our wives might be watching. It's good to be here with you, man.
Oh, it's good to be here with you too, man. My wife's gone, so she wouldn't see this anyway. But now I get a chance to be with her tomorrow. But yeah, this should be a good game. It was kind of predicted that this looked like the section final earlier in the year, and they both have some good patches. Right now, as I said, Maple Grove 9-2 last 11 games. Blaine 7-5 over the last 12. So, but I think in the section final, good teams will rise to the occasion. I think it's going to be a very good game.
Look at our goaltenders tonight. We talked about Blaine and their freshman goalie, and we'll see a lot of number 33 Haley Hansen tonight. 16-10 goals against average, 2.06, over 93% on her save percentage.
Yes.
Brooke Casibo has had a great year, her first year as a starter, also over 93% save percentage. Goals against, 1.73, 5 shutouts for her, 7 for Hansen. A couple of outstanding netminders tonight.
I don't think goaltending is going to be a question tonight. We got 2 very good ones here.
Crimson and white, Blaine in blue, and we are set to go with the Section 5 AA Championship. The Bengals winning the opening face-off and backhanding the puck toward Casibo. Gets deflected by the defenseman Getch toward the net. Maple Grove able to clear it out to the blue line. Played ahead by Corbin down to the Blaine zone. The Bengals recover there and push it back ahead up to the right side. Long shot away. Casibo gets the shot, the save on Caleb Blessy. Out comes Maple Grove. Lauren Stensley had a hat trick in the first game against Blaine in January. Corbin's pass gets blocked, goes back behind the Bengals net. Onto the stick there of Brielle Fussy for Blaine. Turning. Has to go back for it again as it got knocked off her stick. They played around behind the net. Up the wing. It's kept in by Tater of Maple Grove. Tater skates in. Right circle. The circle or shot gets blocked. It's dumped by Blaine out to the Crimson zone. This is going to be icing on Blaine and get our first whistle just over a minute in to the first period.
Well, Blaine, or the Maple Grove forecheck starting to show itself. You can see the bracket here for the section. Maple Grove with a 4-1 victory over Rogers, and Blaine with a 1-0 victory over Anoka Spring Lake Park, which was kind of a surprise. 40 shots.
Now, just 6 teams in this section this year, and these top 2 teams each had a bye right into the semifinals. Crimson can't hold the zone and be shot back in from center ice by Getch. Bengals played along the near wall, up to the blue line and to center ice. Here they come. Burnett dangerous with the puck, has the top of the circle, fires a shot but high and wide of the net. Annie Burnett missing the net, and back comes Maple Grove. Stella Retrum. And save with an offside on Maple Grove.
Just a little bit of a slight error with kind of a muffed pass there. They had a little strength on it. That wouldn't have been an offside, but boy, good breakout after a good opportunity by Danny Burnett of the Bengals there.
Puck pushed to the Blaine zone. Bengals have it there, and out they come. Now the right side again. And pass by Britton Fussy gets blocked. And here's Corbin for Maple Grove. Corbin will skate it up. Has Oakland on her right. Puts a shot toward the net. That gets deflected to the corner. Oakland putting it back behind the Blaine net. Bengals recover the puck, then give it away. Here's Stensley in front, and a big save by Hansen. The first test for her so far in the opening minutes of play. Crimson with the puck again. Controlling down in the Bengals zone. From the circle, goes out right point. Shot away from there, wide of the net. Crimson still with it. Comes out to the high point. Corbin, the high slot rather, and then pushed to the corner by Michaela Macklett as Maple Grove goes off for a change. Now finally recovered by the Bengals. And they get it out past the blue line. Out to center ice, and back they come with Stensley. Moves in, shot away, and Hansen the save.
Well, so far, Maple Grove is gaining some momentum here, really putting pressure on the Blaine net. I also like the fact that they got Matchlet in front, too. They're going to have to get dirty goals on Hansen to break it open. We see a good opportunity by Stensley here. Taking a shot. And she had one earlier. It was similar to the one last year against Centennial when she finally broke that game open for the Crimson. Well, Blaine's got to break this pressure, John, and if they can't start doing it with a standard breakout, I would expect they're going to fly a wing out of it, but they can't let Maple Grove have all this time in the offensive zone.
Crimson win the face-off. Monica Johnson from the point goes back behind the Blaine net. Bengals will slide it out to center. Good pass. Shot gets blocked off the stick of Blessy. It's back behind the network. Getch hands it for Maple Grove. Turned away as he's chased by Maddie Anderle. Getch put it out to the blue line. Caught in the skates of Stelgis, is able to get it ahead, but Blaine takes over in their own zone. Now push it back out to center. Come up the wing, big shot from there, but well wide of the net, off of Blessy's stick. Bengals make a change. Brandt flying the pass across to Rice. The Grove scrambling to get out of their zone. Kept in though at the blue line. Shot wide of the net from Danny Burnett from the circle. Comes back out of to center. Bengals with it again. And they'll shoot it right back in. Like just over 4 minutes here, a scoreless first period in the Section 5AA Girls Hockey Championship. Shot from the blue line, and Casibo able to make the stop there on Caitlin Ron's shot. Another shot, and that gets blocked, and out comes Rice with it. Rice hits the Blaine line with the shot deflects off the defenseman's stick. Ron and out of play.
Well, we got Blaine with a little pushback here. Got some time in the offensive zone, got some shots off. Maple Grove's keeping it out of the middle, though. Nothing's going into the slot area. They take the shots from the outside. Blaine's going to have to get more than one person shooting and then two other people on the net. Both these goaltenders are very good. If they see it, they'll make the save. You got to get people in front of them.
Face-off win this time for Blaine. Again, tie up. And now the Bengals come and they'll break it out to center. Brielle Fussy moving down the wing. Fussy lets go a shot and missed the net on the short side. Play to the corner, back out to the point, kept in by the Bengals. Big shot unleashed from there. Deflected right at the net, and it goes just wide. Anderle just about tipped it in off the shot from Parent from the blue line. All the way back down to the Blaine zone. Scramble for it there. Winning the race to the puck was Retrum. Centering attempt, trying to get it to Stensley. Got broken up by Parent and cleared out to center. Shot back into the zone by Getch. Bengals get it out to center. Here they come. After it goes, Danny Brunette gets knocked to the boards hard by Annika Johnson, who's going to take a penalty. Is really good down hard was Brunette, and Blaine will get a power play here in the first period.
Well, this one is what you would call a no-doubter. Go to the box, go directly to the box, do not collect your $200. Just got the shoulder in her and took the leading scorer for the Blaine Bengals down, so some of the Blaine fans weren't happy about that. But, boy, I'll tell you what, Blaine's readjusted their breakout, John, and they're double stacking on the boards. They just bounce it up, and there's always a person there to support rather than trying the wide passes. And that's breaking up the...
Here comes Stensley back shorthanded with a shot. Hansen makes the stave. Stensley chases it down along the boards, then gets tied up. And then the Bengals will move it back ahead here with the power play. Down after it goes Anderle. Stops, lost the puck though. And it's taken from her by Jenna Tim. Kept in though by Blaine. Shot away. It's loose and it's in. And Blaine's on the board first.
Boy, beautiful setup, nice play. There were three Blaine Bengals right down on that net, and that shot came in there. And it slithered out as Casibo couldn't get the rebound. It slithered out, and they buried it right off to the side from the left-hand side. Big, big goal for the Blaine Bengals.
Comes at 6:03. Let's look at it again.
Here's the shot. Now watch the body start converging from Blaine on there. First of all, got one in her grill, and then it just slipped under. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, Anderle was the player that went down in front. I don't know that she'll get credit for the goal. We'll have to listen for the scoring, but regardless, it's a power play goal for the Bengals, and they score 6:03 into the first period to take the 1-0 lead.
This is big for the Blaine Bengals. I was talking to Coach Geider of the Bengals. He said, we got to get some dirty goals tonight. We really do. And they just did it, put them up 1-0. And they're playing a game now. Look out. Defending section champs in trouble right now.
Corbin takes it for Maple Grove, gets it ahead to Stensley, trying to beat the defenseman Parent. Stensley, a shot and a goal, and we're tied at 1. A beautiful goal. Stensley notches that one, and we are tied up at 1.
Well, let's see, a hat trick the last time they played. Last year in the section final, she was the one that busted it open.
25th goal of the senior season for the junior Lauren Stensley.
Just has a nose for the net, got herself open, and look at that push she made just to get free. And got it through and scored, so tie game. Maple Grove's not in trouble anymore, John.
No, apparently not. This goal just 42 seconds apart. Stensley from Corbin. And it's 1-1. Here come the Crimson again. Shot away. That's over the cage on the shot by Rettram. Bengals with it, trying to regroup in their own end. Rettram helping to keep it in for Maple Grove. Out to center now. Bengals able to get it down to the Maple Grove end. Getch with it there. She'll skate it out of her end. Pass missing Rettram on the left. I've got a touch on it, so no icing here as the Bengals have it. Maple Grove making a change. Pass gets broken up, bounces back toward the Bengals net. Down on the forecheck, Stelgis for Maple Grove, number 9. Stelgis gets control of the puck. Trying to throw it out front. Hansen's got it pinned against the side of the net for a stoppage.
You get a good look at it here. Good shot, and I wonder if it just stuck under the 5-hole there once the it got deflected. In fact, I think a Maple Grove defense person deflected it. Yep. Slowed it down and it slipped under. Funny thing about goals, they don't call them dirty goals, they just call them goals.
Right.
They put them on the board.
Here comes Blaine. They'll chip it out to center. Fired back in from center ice by the Bengals. Crimson with control of the puck in their own end. Tim up to center onto the stick there of Rice. Here Rice will backhand it into the Bengals end. 8.5 minutes to play in the first period. We're tied at 1. Shot down by Brooke Nowicki down to the Crimson end. Ooh. Turnover by Maple Grove. It's Brielle Fussy and gets tied up pretty well there by Corbin. And now Maple Grove able to chip it out to center. Parent across, and the pass too far out in front of Blessy. Getch around the boards. Bengals with it in the corner. Now moving to the right side. Ron put it out in front. Net comes off, and then we get a whistle.
Well, you can see what Blaine's doing here, John. They're crowding that net. They want to get it down low and get in there and push. And I don't think Osseo will put it out, just a pile of bodies there. But Maple Grove isn't making it easy for them, though. They're staying on them pretty much throughout the zone, and they got to keep it to the outside, which they've been doing very well all year.
Big face-off win, and Osseo makes the save. A clean look at it there from Ron.
Yeah, nice face-off win. There's a great example of why face-offs are so important.
Corbin gets chased. Stensley will come in and take the face-off for Grove. Another win. Shot here gets blocked. Corbin or Stensley get it out of the zone. Bengals will regroup from back at their own blue line. From center to the Maple Grove line, and Crimson turn it right back out. And then brought back in. On as it knocked off her stick by Tim. Now Jenna Tim. A good pass to Corbin. On the left to Macklett. And Blaine able to get it to the circle. Almost turned it over to Tater, was right there for the Crimson. Bengals to center and down into the Maple Grove end. Upskates Brandt with it. Brandt stopping, drops it for Tater. Behind the Bengals net, it's out in front. Tater with a shot, and Hansen slides across for the save.
Boy, you could just feel that one coming, couldn't you, John? They were just setting it up.
Pass ahead off of Tater's stick and then cleared by Blaine, out of play. Bring a face-off in the neutral zone.
If you watch on that Crimson forecheck and stuff, they're all over the place, and they have good angles. They know exactly where to be as they created that opportunity there.
That's a huge stop.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. All the way across, and they're just clogging it up, making it tough for Blaine to get out, and then they're turning it over.
Puck right out in front of the Bengals net, but Blaine controls. And now they'll skate it up through center ice. Bank it in as Blessy will chase it down, trying to center it, but hits the back of the net with her pass. And onto the stick of Getch of Maple Grove. Around the boards onto Retram's stick.
Ooh.
Put it ahead too far, trying to get it to Nordstrom when it's icing on Maple Grove.
Good opportunity there. They had a nice breakout. They got out of the pressure, brought it out. Both teams got forwards flying out and coming diagonally across the ice now, too, to make for short passes. Steve Geider, longtime head coach of the Blaine Bengals. Really good goalie coach, too.
State tournaments as recently as 2015 and 17 for the Bengals.
He's pretty optimistic. This is a very young Blaine team, and to be in the section final this year is a pretty big thing for them. They're going to be good for the next couple of years here.
Britton Fussy tying up with Corbin on the face-off. Maple Grove sweeps it out of the zone. Macklett with it. Skating up hard up the left wing. Gets rubbed off the play. And taken away by the Bengals. Up they move up the wing. It's Brunette dropping the pass back to Britton Fussy. Britton Fussy able to avoid contact back out to the point. Shot away from there. That gets deflected wide. Comes to Brunette. Getting tied up there with Oakland. Only Oakland with it. Trying to clear it up the board. She gets knocked down. Bengals still with it. Back at the point. Shot away. Hits the back of the Blaine player, Brunette. And that allows Macklett time to get it down the ice. It's icing on Maple Grove.
Well, that was a necessary icing, boy. They were out there for a long time. Blaine got them bottled up, got a couple good opportunities, but getting a little physical out there, John. They're starting to knock each other around a little. I don't think there's too much love between these teams, both in the Northwest Suburban.
4:37 to go in the first period, a 1-1 game. Now here comes Maple Grove with Bridget Getch. Strong skate, brings it in, backhands it. Hansen's got to make a save on it. Bengals cleared away to the boards and out of the zone. So be icing. Nope, it's not going to get far enough. Taken by Johnson. Pass across for Getch. Up to center ice. Bengals get it back, turn it away. Try to get it into the Crimson zone, but it's blocked. Taken by Rice. She'll drop it back onto the stick of Getch. Across a little bit behind Johnson. It went off her stick. She's able to get it up to Stelgis. Belke went down, but able to clear the puck down into the Bengals zone. Blaine turns it right back. Off a stick. Maple Grove clears it to center. Down to the Bengals end. Both teams changing here. 3.5 minutes to go in the period. Long pass failing to connect for Blaine. That's icing on the Bengals.
Well, Blaine's starting to put their game together. You can see the team concept as they're moving around. They're getting an idea in their breakout, and they're also putting a good neutral zone check going on here, not allowing Maple Grove to flow through. They got this thing right where they want it. They're tied with 3 minutes left, and I think they'll be happy with that outcome if it stays that way.
shot away, and the glove saved by Hansen. On the shot from Tater. Tater, a dangerous scorer. He's got 23 goals on the season. And she'll get
chased.
Yep, chased out of the circle as Rettram comes in. Face-off win for Blaine. Up the boards, and out they come at the center ice. Here comes Tater with the puck. Top of the left circle. Trying to skate hard toward the net, and a good takeaway there. Now the Bengals comes to the blue line, and saved by Hansen on the shot from Rettram. Bengals a little bottled up here in their zone. Brielle Fussy able to get it to the Blaine, to the Maple Grove line. Crimson will bring it right back in. Tater still out there, put it toward the front of the net.
Hoping for the tip in there. If they came across as Tim went down there.
Here come the Bengals, shot going wide off of Blessy's stick. Tim able to get it just out of the zone, and then shot right back in by Shelby Sandberg of Blaine. Stensley, pass off of Macklett's stick. Run down there by Parent. She's got it behind the Bengals net. Break wide across. Blaine trying to break out, but Danny Burnett got turned around in the neutral zone, and the Crimson have it. Chance for Stensley. Go off of a Blaine skate. Corbin getting to it for Maple Grove and lost it. Bengals can't get it out of the zone. Turnover. Maple Grove a chance. Hansen trying to stare down Tater there. Was in alone. Comes back to Tater. Shot away. Next deflects wide. Back in front again, and the Bengals sweep it to the boards. And out it comes. Maple Grove's got to reset back on their own end with Johnson. Look at Johnson. Will push it ahead. Stensley had it poked off her stick. Keeping it in. Stelgis. Under a minute to go in the first period. Out to center. Back onto Tim's stick. To Stensley. Stensley will move in and got stood up there and lost the puck. Bengals able to get it out to center. Now Blaine trying to break in alone and getting back defensively with Stensley. Just a stride in front of Grace Botch, who would have been alone. Shot away and then fired high over the top of the net by Tater. Had a good angle on it, but missed it high. Another shot, this one from the point. That gets deflected. The left boards, 15 seconds. Blaine trying to get it out of the zone, but can't. Maple Grove one final push here in the final second. Shot away, Hansen. The big pad save on the shot from Tim. Another attempt out in front. Scramble for the puck. Blaine clears it out of the zone, and that will be the end of the first period.
Woo. Hey, John, we got a dogfight here.
Take a breath.
This is a dogfight. We have pretty good flow to start the period out with. Into the last half of this period, it kind of slowed down and got a little junky, and they weren't moving with a lot of flow, but good opportunity here at the end of the period. Another great save by the Blaine goalie. Tim can rifle it, as you can obviously see, and a shot like that can deflect off a body and find the back of the net really quick. So some good pressure by the Crimson here at the end.
Lauren Stensley with the goal for Maple Grove tied it up. We're at 1-1 through a period. High school section hockey tonight on CCX. 1-1, and we'll have more from Roseville Ice Arena after this.
$145 over 92.
180 over 111.
I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest and then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
1-1 game, Blaine and Maple Grove. John Jacobson, Dan Ficken tonight for CCX from Roseville Ice Arena. Let's look at highlights from the first 17 minutes of play here. Blaine gets a power play, Dan, and they're able to take advantage. We'll look at some of the other highlights first. Is Haley Hansen able to make a number of saves in that first period. She had 10 of them. And there was the one goal, and the shot from the blue line by Tess Enlow, and it snuck underneath the player that was down in front, Anderley, and then past Casebo, Brooke Casebo, to make it 1-0. And then Chloe Corbin setting up Lauren Stensley for the goal. Great move by her. It came just 40 seconds after the Blaine goal. That's the way we stood in the rest of the period, not without some chances. Tater getting denied on a terrific save here by Hansen. The shots on goal for the first period favoring Maple Grove 11-8, a slight edge in scoring chances. And the one penalty in the period costly to Maple Grove as Blaine puts it in for a power play.
I think that tells Maple Grove to stay out of the box, tonight. But it's getting physical, and Maple Grove's a little bit bigger, a little bit older, a little bit stronger. This could wear on the Bengals here by the last half of the third period. But so far, the Bengals are putting up good fight. They're playing good defense. I mean, they're getting things cleared away from Hansen, so she doesn't have to deal with it more than once. I think that's been real key.
As we said in our pregame, these teams did play once during the regular season. That game in January at Maple Grove Community Center. Good game, Dan, and Maple Grove went on to win that one by a score of 4-1. Getting an empty net goal at the end. Lauren Stensley with 3 of the goals. That one shorthanded. Put the Crimson ahead for good. Maple Grove skated away with the win that night in the Northwest Suburban Conference, 4-1.
Yeah, Stensley basically destroyed him. She just put it up. She's already got the first one tonight. You can see what an impact player she is. But it's been a fairly good game, I think. I think Blaine's feeling pretty good about themselves after that performance earlier this week. I know they weren't happy about that one. But with the goalie they got, if they can get a few goals, yeah, we got a game here.
Absolutely. It's 1-1 right now, Maple Grove and Blaine. We'll take time out, drop the puck. Second period next on CCX.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that.
Now some of the action from the first period. Our 1-1 hockey game, Section 5AA Girls Hockey Championship. Ready to go with the second period here at Roseville Ice Arena. Shots on goal favoring Maple Grove, 11-8 in the first period. Crimson took the only penalty. And Blaine able to cash in with a power play goal. Underway now in the second period. Tater will skate it in and shoot. Deflected up and out of play.
Good deliberate puck movement there by Maple Grove to get it down into the zone. Tried to get a shot, but deflected up, but moved the puck pretty good.
Tater with the face-off win. Puck loose. Front of shot and a goal. Sam Nordstrom, the senior forward, found herself alone, able to put it past Haley Hansen, and Maple Grove is in the lead.
Well, so far both teams have done what they kind of came in to do. They're getting some dirty goals, some hard goals. I mean, it was almost agonizing to watch them get the puck down from the blue line down to in front where Sam Nordstrom got fed and buried it, but got stopped there, and then it got moved over, and Nordstrom was standing right in the right spot, passed the D and got it in for the Crimson for a 2-1 lead.
Her 6th goal of the season, put Maple Grove in front. 2-1, 21 seconds into the second period. Bengals ring it around the boards, shoot it down into the Maple Grove end. This is going to go as icing.
Well, big goal to open the period with here. 1 seconds in, Crimson gained the lead, their first lead of the night. Blaine got the first goal. So it's 2 unanswered now for the Crimson. And we'll see if now Blaine can hang on. They give up another one here in the next 5 minutes. It's going to be a little tough sledding for them.
Bertram and Tater on the assists. At least I think that's what she said. It sounds a little bit like Charlie Brown's teacher when
I will verify that's true. It was her.
2-1. Maple Grove on top. Blaine gets it deep in the zone. They put it out in front. Casibo's got to make a stop. Net coming off again as Bengals suddenly had a shot right in front. Brooke Casibo making the save.
Yeah, good answer by them. They took it right down the ice and got down low and got a good opportunity there. That's what you got to do. You got to respond when you get scored on.
Bengals unable to hold the zone. They bring it back out to center and shoot it back in. Casibo will leave it there for Corbin. Corbin skating away from trouble, getting the pass up the wing to Tim. Bengals though forechecking, able to keep the puck down into the Crimson zone. Corbin gets bunked off the puck by Brunette. And now it's onto the stick of Oakland. To the blue line and out. Swept back in by the Bengals. Who's got to come back up and tag up. Pass to center, goes off a Bengals skate. Crimson have it. Here's Corbin with it. Brings it in. Top of the right circle. Corbin will move to the corner with the puck. Back behind the net. Gets slowed down by Parent. Falls down. Comes loose in front. Stensley's got it. Trying to put it out in front. Now a shot away by Corbin and off the pipe. Knocked down in front. Here's Stensley putting it toward the front of the net. And picked off by the Bengals. Down to the stick of Brielle Fussy. Passes it ahead. This is Brunette. Or excuse me, that's Caleb Blessy rather with the puck. Blessy then gets rubbed out of the play by Oakland. On the wing, Crimson will play it to the blue line into center ice. Skated back into the zone by Macklett. Maple Grove make a partial line change here. Gathering it up. Ron. Cross, rink wide pass out to center. And shot in by Brielle Fussy to the Crimson zone. It's Getch with the puck for Maple Grove. Lays it off for Johnson. Johnson goes down. Bengals have it in the circle. Here's a shot away, and Casibo had to make the point-blank stop on Britton Fussy.
Well, the Bengals coming right back and putting pressure on. A good breakout by Fussy. He just did a nice job of breaking that forecheck and getting it down deep. And then we can see the other Miss Fussy, the captain, get a good shot on net.
Two-1 Maple Grove scoring early here in the second period to break the 1-1 tie that we had after the first.
Well, sometimes a team gets scored on that quick and loses the tie and is behind, all of a sudden can panic. And Blaine has held their composure really well, and they're playing very hard right now.
Crimson finally come out of that scrum with the puck. It's onto the stick of Tater. She'll bring it in on the wing. Shot wide of the Blaine net. Puck caroms all the way around the boards. Bengals get it, and they'll shoot it back down to the Maple Grove end. But they were on their side of the center red line, and it's icing on the Bengals.
Just a little mistake. Blaine has 13 freshmen and sophomores on their roster right now, John, and most of them play significant parts of games, and you'll see some of that immaturity come back. I mean, the way they're fighting back right now, they're playing well up to their level, but they could make a mistake there. See Kevin Gray and Amber Hedlund, co-head coaches of the Maple Grove Crimson, both done a fantastic job looking for their second state tournament berth.
It's always fun to talk to the two of them about the game and about their team. before the games that we get a chance to.
Actually, this is probably their third if they get there tonight, right?
Yep.
Yep, okay.
Maple Grove able to get it out of the zone, then shot back in by Parent. Turning back, but still with the puck is Tim. Now feeds it up on the wing. Cater had it taken away from her by Blessy. Carried on and offside. Comes Retram into the Blaine zone.
Blaine stood up real nice at their own blue line there as they were crossing because there were more Maple Grove players there than there were Blaine, but allowed him to catch up, caused an offside. Nice job by Blaine defending the blue line.
Clean face-off win for the Bengals.
Ooh.
Ron rink wide pass. Burnett after it to the corner. Feed a teammate with the pass. Back around the boards, comes to the right point, kept in there by Ron. And then on net, and stop made by Casibo. She slides out to her left.
Good play by Casibo. Just get it frozen up and just settle things down a little bit here.
Face-off win for Blaine. Shot away, and Casibo's got to make the pad save on that one. Left boards point. Puck kept in at the point. Shot away from the high slot. Goes over the Crimson net. Johnson trying to play it from behind the net. Came dangerously out in front. And Corbin able to get it out of danger. Here comes Stinsley. 1-on-3 though. And as the puck poked off her stick. Now Corbin has it for Maple Grove. Trying to find it down between her skates onto the stick of Stinsley. Up the left side comes Danny Brunette. Dumps it down to the Crimson end, where it's taken by Oakland. Rink wide pass, back onto the stick of the freshman D, Oakland. Overskated it there, Bengals have it. Here they come in, 2-on-2, shot away. Just went high and wide off Casibo in the Maple Grove net. Would have tied it up. Bengals keep it down in the Maple Grove end. We're going to have a penalty coming up here on Maple Grove. And Blaine will go on a power play for the second time tonight.
Boy, that ship, Blaine just came right out and took the momentum right away from the Crimson. Got them stuck in their zone. They started breaking up. They stopped in the neutral zone and right back in they came. And they got about 2 or 3 good opportunities there, John, on that last shift.
Emily Oakland will go off for hooking here at 6:16 of the second. Look at it again.
Just pulling that hook up there really close. You can hear the Blaine fans, their opinion of it. Well, this is where Blaine got an opening last period, John.
Got the power play goal in the first. It's their second opportunity tonight with the extra skater. Crimson able to clear it down the length of the ice. Back comes Enlow for it. Plays it up, but nobody there for Blaine, and shot back in to the Bengals zone. Hansen's got to stop it. Loose puck in the corner. Chased down. And play to an open spot out at center ice. Bengals are there to take it. Into the zone, drop pass. Left point, shot away by Enlow. Save made. The rebound try. Not much on it. It's skittered wide of the net.
Bengals had 2 people in front of the net, though. Looking at that rebound, that's the way they got to handle this.
Loose in front of the net again. A shot away, and then deflected by Casibo wide. Bengals still with it here. Working hard on the power play. Trying to put it out front, trying to jam it in the side. And Casibo just has it trapped up against the post to keep it out of the net.
Boy, Casibo just got there too, John. That one almost went in. Just good movement, moving it around. See her come back around the net after that shot, and she got an opportunity. Just quite couldn't bury it there. Now, Blaine's getting some in-close efforts here now, John, too. That's been the first time I've seen it in this game for them.
Turnover, puck loose out in front. And shot down right in on net. Short-handed in the long attempt by Tater. Hansen will leave it out for a D. It comes across to Parent now. Under 30 seconds to go on the power play for Blaine. Turnover by the Bengals at the Maple Grove line as Corbin takes it. She'll shoot it into the Bengals zone. Gets past Hansen. Comes onto the stick of Blessy. Tater with it to Corbin, short-handed. Corbin trying to just skate off some more time. Gets it back onto her stick again. Then taken away from her by Ron. Maple Grove now back at full strength.
Well, we talked about her before the game started, Corbin, and she just did a great job tearing that power play apart.
Past the midway point here of the second period, a 2-1 hockey game. Crimson leading the Bengals with a trip to the state tournament on the line. Bengal able to turn Maple Grove over. Riel Fussy as it poked off her stick. A nice play by Retrum. Blaine resets and they'll shoot it back down to the Crimson end. Gazebo leaving the puck there for Oakland. Tie up along the boards. 5 players in there now.
Referee yelling, move it, move it, move it.
Came out to center, and Blaine will shoot it back in as Gazebo makes the save there in the long shot. Up to center and down into the Bengals zone. Blaine, it's a giveaway. Here's a backhand shot and a big save by Hansen on the try from the freshman Retrum. Centering attempt. And that didn't get through, and it came out of the zone. Shot back in. Maple Grove's offside. Dangerous play, and Stella Retrum almost making Blaine pay here for this mistake.
Right there. Nice move here, too. I like the way she got that backhand around and got a shot on goal, but bad turnover by the Bengals. And this is what will happen to a young team in a crucial game like this. Sometimes they'll give you a bad turnover or two.
Fortunately, didn't cost Blaine here, and now they come. Burnett down the left wing, and it poked off her stick by Annika Johnson. Bengals firing in again from the circle. It's broken up, play to the boards, and out to center by Maple Grove. They intercept. Stensley push it in on the right side. She lost the puck. Give it away, and Stensley just couldn't get her stick down. Defensively, Blaine able to get back and tie her up a little bit. Danny Burnett brings it in left side for Blaine, but then lost the puck. Crimson have it. Pass comes across. Here's Corbin, and just offside.
Stensley got stuck in the zone, just reached back with her skate, didn't quite get it on the blue line quick enough. But boy, another good shift by Stensley. Cheap was coming in, but I'll tell you what, Blaine's tightening it down. They're not giving him breathing room in that zone. If they can keep that up, it's going to be interesting here.
Fussy and Tater on the face-off. Face-off win for Blaine. They'll shoot it down to the Maple Grove end. The blue line, puck kept in by the Bengals. Crimson with it, they'll bank it out to center. Here comes Tater into the zone. Tater carries deep, trying to put it out in front. Almost put it right onto the tape of Retrum. It just missed with the pass. It would have been a tap-in goal. Tater will push it in again on the right side. Takes out the Blaine player. Bengals fans wanted a penalty call there. Maple Grove kept the zone for a moment. Comes back out. And now they'll reset and shoot it back in. Bengals turn it over again. Retrum. Broken up by Blaine. And it gets past Getch at the blue line. And skating it down is Tim into her own end for Maple Grove. Stelgis with it. She'll push it up the left side. Stelzers comes in deep and has it taken off her stick. Well defensed by Blaine. Puck comes loose at center. Shot back in by Maple Grove. Under 5 minutes to play here in the second period. Maple Grove leading Blaine 2-1.
Maple Grove's making a push here, John. You can kind of almost feel the pressure starting to come now.
Puck played out to the left point. Johnson there fires it. Goes off one of the defensemen into the boards. Maple Grove with it. Turning. Rice put it right out in front. And save made by Hansen. And they get a whistle. Belke was the Maple Grove player that was down there in the crease. We get a face-off coming here at the Blaine end.
Yeah, you can see there's a lot of hard work going on here. Shot went on, a rebound came out, and Stell just almost got an opportunity, but Maple Grove had somebody in front of that net. It's fun to watch them change styles, John. I mean, Maple Grove would rather have a free-flowing skating game, up and down, shoot, but they can play the gritty game. They can be physical, they can take their time, they can slow it down and still play effectively, which makes them a pretty versatile team.
Comes Brielle Fussy for Blaine. Pushes in deep, but then lost the puck to Oakland. Maple Grove has it. Getting tied up is Macklett. Blaine will shoot it back in. Under 4 minutes to go now in the period. Cleared on turnover by Maple Grove. Shot away, and Casimo's got to come up huge. Maple Grove almost giving one back there to Blaine. Tie up in the corner here. Nobody able to free up the puck. Now it comes loose. And a break up on Stensley. Almost had it clean, and it comes all the way back to Hansen, who's got to cover up.
Can I ask you a question? Is Stensley a player, or am I kidding myself? Oh my gosh. You know, she's got a tremendous amount of skill level, but she really gets going on it. But what a save here by Casimo, too, on this shot, coughing it up. And turnovers will kill you. You just can't be doing that.
Tater and Britton Fussy on the face-off, won by Maple Grove. Parents comes over, takes Retrom out of the play. And out comes Fussy for Blaine. Skating it down the left side, trying to center it out in front. That just missed. Almost connected in front. Bengals get it again. They'll set it up from the corner. Back out. Left point. Tater trying to clear it out of the zone. Now it does come out. Onto the stick of Kayla Stumo. Played it back to the Maple Grove end from center ice. It's up into the bench area. That brings a whistle.
You know, John, I'm just watching this. This is almost turning into a boys' game here. I mean, with the physicality that's being done and good rub-outs. I mean, not really brutal checks, but, you know, you'll see. Look at the effort here. Look at the effort by all the players there coming in. I mean, it's an intense game. And they're all looking for that one break that'll get them ahead here, but they're both going after each other really hard.
Face off right from center ice. And Crimson with the puck. And skates Stensley deep down the right wing. Stensley puts it out in front. Corbin with the shot, and that deflects wide. Good job going down by Brielle Fussy to help block that shot.
They're letting him play.
Yeah, Crimson fans wanted a penalty there. Played by Blaine down into the Maple Grove end. Crimson with it. This will be icing on Maple Grove.
Well, the one thing that happens in the sections that changes a little bit here is the referees have a tendency to let them play. They're not going to call a penalty unless it's extremely obvious because they don't want to make it be a factor in the game. And I like the way they're calling this thing. They're letting it go.
Puck kept in at the right point. Now it comes out. The chance for Stensley for Maple Grove, trying to come in 1-on-2 with the puck. Now turns back. Feeds a pass across left side. Shot away.
Oh, yes.
Bridget Getch fires it in, and it's 3-1 Maple Grove.
Wow. Great play by Stensley. Great shot by Getz. Really nice setup there. Stensley made a great move, not trying to force the issue. Brought it back around. Getch had gotten herself inside the blue line, grabbed it, and just ripped it. Here's where the play gets made, right here. She pulls away from the defense, gets it over to Getch, who's open, and she just slams a shot up into the upper left-hand corner.
Getch's goal making it 3-1, coming at 15:22 here of the second period. Maple Grove with both goals scored here in the second to open up their margin 2 goals. Here they come again. Tater skates it down the right side. And taken off her stick by Parent. Played out to center. And the back hat onto Tater's stick. Tater will skate it in for Maple Grove and can't get by all the blue jerseys. And Blaine able to turn it back out to center ice with under a minute to play now in the second period. Here comes Tater again. From the high slot, shot away, gets blocked. Big shot there, and that one gets blocked as well by Caitlin Ron. Crimson to shoot it back down in.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Ron did a great job there stopping it, and she did it within 8 feet of her blue line, which could have turned into a quick turnover for the Bengals, but good job there.
20 seconds to go in the period. Played back down to the Bengals zone. Take away for Maple Grove. Comes back out. Blue line. Johnson a shot. Hansen's got to come up big on that. Now Blaine with the puck. And won't be able to get his shot away before the end of the second period.
Whoa, big push by the Crimson there at the end. John did a great job. Got a couple good opportunities there after scoring. And boy, I tell you, it's hard on the Bengals. You give up a goal in the last under 2 minutes left in the period. Now you got to sit in that locker room and think about that for a few minutes. But they got to regroup a little bit when they come back out for the third.
2 Crimson goals there in the second period. One in the opening minute by Nordstrom. One with just over a minute and a half to go. Here from Getch. And the Crimson are a period away from a return trip to the state tournament. We'll take a break, come back. More hockey from Roseville Ice Arena on CCX after this. Maple Grove 3, Blaine 1. 2 periods in the books in the 2020 Section 5 AA Girls Hockey Championship. These teams did meet in the playoffs a year ago, came in the semifinal round. Maple Grove, the top seed a year ago, able to skate away with a 3-1 win that night. Man, McMahon with the highlight reel goal here. Look at that. Drags the puck back and then the backhander in for the goal, and really had an outstanding season last year. Lucy Morgan was the goalie last year for Maple Grove, and they skated away with a 3-0 win. And then 3 nights later, they put Maple Grove into the section championship here at Roseville. It took on the Centennial Cougars. Centennial able to score early in that one. Maple Grove able to come back. Really, Corbin had a playoff goal. That was a big one, Dan, if you remember that.
Yes,
coming in
was.
The second period. And Lauren Stinsley, then a sophomore, able to score twice in the third period to help the Crimson advance onto the state tournament with a 4-1 win over the Centennial Cougars. great win for Maple Grove, an exciting night for those young ladies as they went on to the state tournament. Recently in this section, going back now, the sections have changed some in the ensuing years. Mountain View back in 2013-14 defeated Blaine in the section final. Maple Grove with a section title in 2015-16. And then again last year, again against Centennial. Bengals getting a state just 3 years ago, defeating Maple Grove in the final in 2016-17. So a lot of Blaine, and in recent years, a lot of Maple Grove in these section championship games in 5AA.
Yeah, well, they've been the reigning powers in the Northwest Suburban for a number of years, so it would fit if they're in the same section. They're probably going to run through it. Centennial's been a player too, but it's a good conference at the top, and these are two well-matched teams as we're seeing tonight.
And one of the other section finals going on tonight in Minneapolis involving one of our CCX teams. Edina leading Wayzata 2-0 after 2 periods. That Hornets team very strong. Wayzata keeping it close, but the Hornets, the 3-time defending state champions, now a period away from getting back to state again.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they ain't slowing down. The other night, they looked like a freight train looking for more track. Oh, my gosh. They're a heck of a hockey team, but, you know, is that a 2-0 after 2? I think they're happy about that. You know, they're a couple shots away from tying the game, so let's see what the Trojans can get done here. They played a very good game against Blake the other night. That was really fun to watch.
Good game for hockey inside. Nice day to be outside. Play a little hockey here at Roseville on the rink. The youth players out enjoying this Friday evening in Minnesota. Inside here, the Maple Grove girls lead the Blaine girls 3-1 through 2. We're back with the third period from Roseville after this.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
So the Maple Grove students who have come out to support their classmates tonight here in the section final, their team up 2 goals now, 3-1 over Blaine now through 2 periods of play. It was a 1-1 game after 1, and then Maple Grove able to strike early and late to give them the lead. And this goal came just 16 seconds into the period, Dan. Sam Nordstrom, the senior, able to fire in her 6th goal of the season to make it 2-1 at 21 seconds. Giveaway here, and Haley Hansen had to come up huge for Blaine in net. Hansen in the game has made 21 saves so far, 20 saves so far through 2 periods. Stensley, a great stop here, feeds the puck back, and Bridget Getch fires it home. That goal coming at 15:22 of the second period, and it is 3-1 now through 2. Maple Grove with the lead in shots and goal, 23-17, and scoring chances at 9-5. Only 2 penalties in the game, both on Maple Grove. Blaine's lone goal in the first period came on the power play.
Maple Grove had a pretty good penalty kill that time, but Blaine did get some opportunities here. They got to stay out of the box in the third. I mean, they're up by 2 goals, but that can change real quick. We say a 2-goal lead is the hardest one in hockey to keep. So Blaine, they need a break though in the first 5 minutes, John. They need some momentum. They need some good shots. They need something to really get them fired up and rolling and get the legs moving. But so far, they've done a pretty good job. Maple Grove's a very good hockey team.
Yep. And they are the #1 seed for a reason. They lead up 3-1 over Blaine after 2. Take one more timeout, and they'll come back. Third period of hockey from Roseville coming up in a moment.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
It's been a fun one tonight, and the Maple Grove Crimson lead the Blaine Bengals Section 5 AA Championship 3-1 as we get the third period started. John Jacobson and Dan Ficken with you tonight here on CCX. And you're right, Dan. I think Blaine needs something early here, a turnover, a Maple Grove penalty or something, or just need to sneak one in to get them back to within a goal.
Yeah, at least they need some opportunities here, and so far Maple Grove, well, they're making a statement as far as getting control of the puck and moving it.
Andy Burnett trying to push it in on the wing, can't do so. Controlled and knocked out of the zone by Tim. Off of Stensley's stick, Parent can't get it out of the zone as Stensley kept it in. She dumps it behind the net. Ron has it there for Blaine. Fired in by Britton Fussy. On the Jenna Jim's stick, she'll play it out to center. It's touched ahead by Retram, but nope, must have missed her stick. It's icing instead on Maple Grove.
Retram got a little twisted around there, went the wrong way on the pass, but again, like I said, Blaine's got to make a statement here. They're getting a face-off inside the zone here, and that's been one area where I think they've been better than the Crimson have in this game. They've been better at face-offs, especially in the offensive zone.
Puck comes right back to Casebo, covers it. Face-off win for the Bengals, shot away. Goes wide of the net off of Stumo's stick. Turnover by Maple Grove. But Crimson will quickly recover. Retram with it from center. Firing the Bengals zone. Banks off the end boards. Nordstrom going in after it there for Maple Grove. Centering attempt out in front. Now comes left point. Gets with a shot. Glove saved by Hansen.
Hansen was almost screened on that one. She had an idea she was moving across, but good shot by Getch. Good pass movement or puck movement by the Crimson. Oh, that was zeroed in on that left corner, John. Oh, okay.
Face-off win here for Maple Grove. Blaine has control of the puck at center ice. Shot gets deflected, goes back behind the Crimson net, comes right out in front. Spinning, rolling puck taken by Nordstrom of Maple Grove. She'll bring it in left side. Skates to the corner, turns with it there. And nobody out at the point. Take it. It's all the way back down to the Crimson end, where Tim has it. Tim turning away from pressure. Bank it out to center. Head into the zone, and a shot goes off a skate from Retram's stick. Here comes Blaine with it. Pass up the middle of the ice. Comes to center by Maple Grove. Brought back in by Blaine. And they're offside.
Offside. Well, good pressure by the Crimson here as they've run it around pretty much. They're getting a good breakout and good stand-up D within 10 feet of their blue line. And forcing the Bengals really to basically dump it in, which I think the Bengals ought to start doing, just dump it in and go get it, and now forechecking.
Long shot in on net. Save made by Casebo. comes Maple Grove. Play up to center ice. Shot back around behind the Bengals net. Elke trying to get a piece of it there. Now backhand try from right out in front. Hansen's got to make the stop on that. Bengals clear it, and it's up out of play.
Yeah, that backhander kind of surprised Hansen there, you know, and those backhanders don't realize goalies can see a forehand shot, and they can kind of get an idea where it's going. Backhanders, they have no clue. It's almost clueless coming in on them, and it can fool them every once in a while, and you can get a little bit of a soft goal off the backhand.
Puck loose to the side of the net. Bengals get it out of danger. Now they'll try to skate it out of the zone. They do to center, but lost the puck. It's onto the stick of Johnson. Rink-wide pass, picked off. Jansen for Blaine. Now shot down into the Crimson zone. Casebo stopping it. Swept a lot on the boards and out of the zone. Back into the Bengals end. It'll be skated down there by Ron.
Oh!
Came out in front, and Hansen's got to hug the corner of the net. That one almost went in. Bengals, though, escape that danger and get it out to center and shoot it back into the Maple Grove end. 13 minutes to go in the third period. Maple Grove leading 3-1, trying to make it back-to-back section titles here in 5AA. Corbin onto the stick of Brandt, who got it out to center. It's down to the Blaine end. Jansen will shoot it back in for Blaine, gloved by Casebo, and decides to hang on to it.
Well, good save by Casebo. Probably could have dropped it and put it in play, you know, maybe thrown it into a corner to keep it going, but you can see a little bit of sensitivity as a Blaine player got into the slot area toward the goalie.
Crimson cleared out to center. Race for the puck. Retram trying to go to the backhand and lost the puck out of stick. Might have been poked away by Hansen.
A nice solid wall there by Hansen. Boy, that was a big save. We'll see if later on in the period that one stands up as being really big.
Back come the Bengals. Blessy will backhand it behind the net, and Casebo, playing the carom off the end boards, decides to cover up. Take a look at a chance again here for Retram. She's got good speed.
Yeah, she gets in tight, and yeah, I think the stick coming out. Nope, just the pad got it.
For stick, yeah.
Pad got it.
Crimson taking the face off. Here comes Michaela Macklett. Shot it down to the Blaine end. Now Macklett picking it off, playing it behind the Bengals net. Played around the inboards by Stumo. Macklett looking to keep it in. Shot away and saved by Hansen.
Well, just good steady forechecking by the Crimson here. They've been good at it the whole game. I mean, Blaine's had some good breakouts, but overall that forecheck has been tough on him, and that'll wear on your legs after a while. Be interested to see what the last 5 minutes of the third look like.
Oh, and Maple Grove unable to hold the zone. Here's a chance for Blaine. Riel Fossey lost it as she tried to pull it back, as Annika Johnson able to take advantage here for Maple Grove and play it away from her. Well defended by the Crimson, then shot into the zone by Rice. Left point, puck kept in. Hansen gets the stop on that along the boards to the left corner. And the blue line kept in by Johnson. And now finally gathered in by Stelgis at center. Sam Stelgis will bank it into the Blaine end and then skate after it hard. Number 9 gets there first. Stelgis trying to backhand it in. Hansen able to hold the post there. Great effort by Stelgis.
Wow.
Knock off with the Bengals. Up the left side. And well defended. A good defensive play by Emily Oakland. Blaine comes in offside.
Boy, just a great play by Sturgis here. It's amazing what happens when you keep your feet moving, and boy, she was not going to be denied there.
.10:32 to go in the third. From center ice, Blaine will shoot it back in.
Looks like we have an icing there. Good pressure in the neutral zone by the Crimson on Blaine, not giving them a lot of room here, making that space in between a little bit tighter. Right now, this is where the Crimson can really do some good. They got to start winning some of these face-offs in the attack zone and create some more opportunities.
Bengals retake possession in their own zone, and out they skate. Trailing by 2 goals, trying to get something going here against Brooke-Casibo. Good job by Tim there, standing up Burnett, who was flying down the wing for the Bengals. Tim able to play a nice pass to Corbin. She'll skate it up the right side for Maple Grove. Corbin off for Stensley. Stensley moves in front, and her shot gets deflected and out of play.
Boy, good setup coming down there. Stensley almost had a great opportunity. The pass just wasn't quite where it should be. She could have ripped one in an ideal position here, and she usually doesn't miss. You see Corbin come through, just kind of puts it not quite in the shooting zone, but gets to Stensley, who gets a good shot off.
Bengals come back, pushing it ahead as Blessy into the Maple Grove zone. Trying to chase down the puck, but it's taken by Getch. Goal scorer back in the second period, feeding the pass ahead to Nordstrom. Also got a goal tonight in the second. Centering attempt here for Nordstrom, broken up by the Bengals. Back they come with Brielle Fussy. Pushes it down the right side, chopped toward the corner by Blessy. Tater has it for Maple Grove. Off of Nordstrom's skate. Bengals have it at center. Then back into the Crimson zone. Played back out. Johnson ahead for Tater. She'll skate it in left side. Just stand a Tater and then didn't get anything on that shot. It's played by the Bengals from the corner, and out they come. 8:45 to go in the third period. Puck back down into the Maple Grove end. Johnson being chased down there by Nowicki.
Oh. Boy, that was a pretty breakout right there. That was just smooth.
Here comes Stensley for Maple Grove. Bengals trying to swipe at her. Stensley still with the puck. She moves around, puts it right in front of the slot. Corbin with the backhand, trying to push in on Hansen there. Puck goes to the corner. Corbin after it there, gets taken down from behind. Crimson with it, trying to jam it in front. And now Blaine able to break it up. And played across to Ron from Fussy. Corbin helping keep it in just for a moment. Now she'll push it back and up at center ice. Stensley has it again. Rink wide pass across and dumped in by Macklett as Maple Grove makes a change. 7:40 to go on the third period. Still a 3-1 Maple Grove lead. Stelgis got stood up at the blue line. Offside is Maple Grove.
Okay, now we're going to see, John, we got what, 7.5 minutes left in the game. Choices at Maple Grove, coach. You got a 2-goal lead. You pull the forward back now, make it 3 across your blue line, and you keep playing aggressively like you have been. Let's see how that changes here in the next few minutes, if it does.
Here come the Bengals. This one gets knocked down, stopped by Casibo. Now comes Getch, skating hard for Maple Grove. Pushes ahead on the left side to the Blaine line. Bengals play it back out to center. Botch got spun around. Maple Grove playing it back ahead of the Blaine line. Launch with it, will knock it down to the Crimson zone. Johnson will skate it down from there. The sophomore D plays it around the boards, out to the blue line. Trying to push through and can't. Shot away and goes right over the top of the net off the hard shot from Britton Futsy. Shot from the blue line. That goes wide of Gazebo and the Crimson net. Puck pops free in the circle. Backhanded down into the corner. After it, there goes Johnson trying to take out the Blaine player. Bengals trying to keep pressure on. Anderle back out. Shot from the blue line. That gets deflected wide and to the boards. Blaine keeping the puck down into the Maple Grove end. Tie up on the boards. Comes to Blaine. They got a chance here. Shot, and that gets blocked. Stelgis got in front of that shot attempt by Anderle. Crimson come back. Stensley with a shot. Gets blocked in front. A lot of blue jerseys there, and the Bengals able to turn it away. Under 6 minutes to play. Bengals need a goal. They'll try to make this a one-goal game going into the final minutes.
Well, just that little clear gave Maple Grove enough time to get that line off the ice. They were dead tired.
Bengals get it to center. Chopped back in by Corbin to the Blaine end.
Okay, the one thing we'll see now, John, is we're going to see Maple Grove get short shifts. So you're going to be watching players go. They want rested players on the ice. So don't play more than 30, 40 seconds.
Killing off more time here. 5 minutes to go in the third. Now Corbin losing it. Blaine will dump it out and down into the Maple Grove end. It'll go far enough where it's icing on the Bengals.
Bengals are getting a little gas there. Okay, now Blaine's got to get out of the zone. If they can't break out, they're going to fly a wing high. Once they get across the red line, they're going to dump it and get it down deep. Maple Grove, keep it down in their zone. Make them go 200 feet every time they got to start coming out.
Here comes Blaine. A penalty coming up here on Maple Grove as Britton Futsy got taken down. It'll be the third penalty of the game, all on Maple Grove, and they'll give a power play for Blaine here in the crucial time in the third period. As Oakland's going to get her second minor of the game.
Well, there's a captain doing what a captain does, doing what she has to do to give them any kind of advantage they can get. And they've already gotten one power play goal. So we'll see if Blaine can come up with it. And I know the coach is looking to talk to the ref here about, I think basically it is, that's been going on the whole game. Why'd you call it that time? And it didn't look like too hard a hit, but he called it, so that's the way it is. But Coach Hagelin is kind of wondering like, You can see she kind of crumpled real quick there. Okay, big challenge for Maple Grove here. Their primary kills in the ring about 86%, which is a very good number for a penalty kill.
Face-off win for Blaine. Quick shot. Gazebo's got to be ready and makes that stop. 4:35 to go in the third period. Blaine with a power play, trailing Maple Grove 3-1 in the Section 5AA championship. Four players jamming in up in the corner. Blaine frees it up. Comes back out, shot, and it goes wide. Half of Enlow had the first goal of the night for Blaine. Another tie-up. Blaine again frees it up. Fussy across for Enlow, falls down. The puck comes out of the zone, and Blaine's got to reset. Britton Fussy stops, lost the puck, taken away by Stensley. Here comes Lauren Stensley from Maple Grove. Stensley and a shot. Oh, and a great stop by Hansen. Net comes off. We'll get a face-off down on the Blaine end, but Haley Hansen keeps Blaine in the game with that save.
Great save by Hansen there, but boy, here we go Stensley again. She's already got 2 shorthanded goals this year. Looking for her third. It's in type of, Hansen had that spreader. She knew exactly what was going on that play. Nice play by the freshman. .351 to go, 1:11 to go in the power play for Blaine. Boy, Blaine's winning these faceoffs, John, quite frequently now. This is an important time for them to do that, too.
They're trying to set up deep, and it's turned over. Back comes Sam Stelgis, shorthanded for Maple Grove. Stelgis backhand try, and Hansen makes the save on that. 3.5 minutes to go in the third period. 49 seconds left in the power play. Blaine's got to reset. Get another push here into the Crimson Zone. Well, they've got the extra skater to take away again. Here's Stensley coming in for Maple Grove. Stensley comes in, and another save by Hansen. Is able to stay with it and slides across, and again makes a huge stop on the junior Stensley.
Stenley just could not get it up above the air. Both those shots went right into the pad.
Maple Grove able to clear the zone, though. They've mostly killed off this penalty. Under 15 seconds to go. Blaine in, trying to make one more charge, comes loose in front and taken away by Macklett. Comes out left point, shot away. That goes wide. Blaine net is empty. They are playing with an extra skater with 2:39 to go. Maple Grove back at full strength with the net empty at the Blaine end. Shot away here. It's a lot of traffic. The rebound. They score. And it's 3-2.
Boy, big mistake by the Crimson there when that came across to the right point. There was no forward out there to get in the way. She had plenty of time to set it up. Still came up with a flutter puck, but there were so many people in front of the net, it just deflected, dropped down off to the left side, and got banged home. I didn't see who got it, though, John.
Brielle Fussy.
Brielle Fussy.
Shot away here from Macy Jensen, and there's Fussy on the backside to knock it in.
Big goal for the Bengals here. All right, now that makes the last 2.5 minutes in the period real interesting now.
Maple Grove thought it was played with a high stick, Dan, as it came toward the net. I mean, they're not going to change it, but that was their argument. We saw a little bit of discussion between Chloe Corbin and the coaches. We'll take another look at it at the next opportunity here. 3-2 now with 2:25 to go. Back in net goes Hansen for now.
And we got an icing. Okay. Let's take a look here. Ooh.
Close.
Ooh, that was pretty close. I think she got it down to shoulder length by the time it got to her.
It was close, but I think you're right. Anderle was the one that deflected it. And Britton Fussy able to bang it in. 3-2. Bengals. Got new life now. Now just one with 2 minutes to go in the third. Here comes Brielle Fussy with it. Back behind the net, gets ridden off the puck. Stensley has it for Maple Grove.
Oh, she's going to go by her.
Stensley gets by on the right wing as Macklett with her and just fails to connect. Shot goes wide of the net. 1:40 to go. Puck played out to center ice. Onto the stick of Jenna Tim. Play it back for Getch and then for Tim again. Up to center off of Corbin's skate. Back to the Blaine zone. 1:28 to go. Watch for that net and see if Hansen comes back to the bench again. She's about halfway out. Here comes Fussy trying to drag it in. Puck is loose. Empty net at the other end. Stensley with it from Maple Grove. Pushes it past the Blaine player, but can't get to the puck. Back come the Bengals into the zone. Shot away. Casibo to save.
Boy, nice back and forth action. Both teams really working. Casibo with a great, just let it sit in my stomach and I'll hold it there. But nice move right there. Could have had opportunity if that winger would have been placed coming in the back door for Blaine.
Shelby Sandberg with the rush. Casibo with the save. Blaine will use its timeout here with 1:06 to play in the third. A reminder of our CCX Sports Play of the Week, brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove. Go to our website, ccxmedia.org. Go to the Sports tab and then Play of the Week. Each week, 4 new plays for you to vote on. Brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Maple Grove.
Well, John, told you it's going to be a close game. We're 1:02 away from overtime. Or 1:06, I'm sorry. Both teams with a lot of fight, a lot of intensity. Some good fast periods in this game and some kind of methodical periods. A lot of physicality, which doesn't surprise me in a section final here.
Blaine needing another one to tie it up here to send it to OT.
Well, Steve Guider now, he's got his top players all rested up. And he'll have his 6 best out there. Here now, Maple Grove, all you got to do is chip it out. Don't take the long shot at the net. You haven't been winning faceoffs very well, and you don't want Blaine having a lot of faceoffs in your zone. Control it, get it out in the zone, make him come back in. Going to be a wild last minute and 6 here. Section championship on the line.
That 6th skater out on the ice for Blaine. Off the face-off of Maple Grove, Stensley chipping it to the blue line, but a great job keeping it in by Ron. They skate around to the far boards. Corbin trying to free it up for Maple Grove. And 4 players move in there now. More, it's kind of underneath of Jenna Tim. It's up to her knees now. Blaine trying to free it up and does. 40 seconds to play. Back behind the net, centering pass out in front, but right onto the stick of Stensley. Here comes Stensley. He's got Corbin with her. Stensley towards the net and a goal! An empty netter, and it's 4-2 Maple Grove.
Gee, I never would have figured Lauren Stensley would get the puck and score the open net goal to ice this game. Well, I shouldn't say ice this game, but yet, wow, she's played a whale of a game. You know, it was looking quite well, like those 2 saves Hansen made on her earlier in this period, John, were going to really stand up big for him. But she steps up and grabs another one here.
Great play, plays it off the wall, and then right dead center of the net.
That was a no-brainer.
Had 2 goals in last year's section final against Centennial. Has 2 goals tonight. Down to 15 seconds to play. Getch with it for Maple Grove, back behind her net. She'll just tie it up for a few more seconds. For the 2nd straight season, Maple Grove, Section 5AA Girls Hockey Champions.
Boy, that was about as smart of 1 minute of the end of the game that as I've seen in a long time. Boy, they knew exactly what to do. They pinned her on the boards, kept it out of the reach, kept it off to the side, did a great job of killing it off, and won themselves the section championship and the 2nd consecutive trip to the state tournament for the Maple Grove Crimson.
Brooke Gazebo, saw her, Tristana Tater, all these girls have played so well, so hard together, and always seem to come up big against the really good teams, Dan.
Yeah.
Struggled sometimes against teams that were maybe not quite to their level of talent, but when it came to teams that were at near their level, they came to play, and they did so tonight. Blaine certainly make it interesting there with that goal just over a minute to go.
You know, I think when they won that first section championship back in 2015, I believe, I mean, it was like kicking down a door for them because they've been close for a lot of years. And now all of a sudden they've been here. Now they know what you got to do to get there. Now the next goal is, you know, they were runner-up in state 1 year. Maybe it's time this year to pop it. So, but an excellent game by the Crimson. Showed their toughness, their depth, really good playing all the way around from all their players. Blaine put up a heck of a good fight. And I'll tell you that, Haley Hansen is something else in the net, ain't she?
Yeah, we really played a nice game for Maple Grove, for Blaine in net, and kept Blaine in it with some really big stops to give her team a chance. They did pull within 1, and then the empty netter by Stensley to put it away there in the final minute. Another trip back to the state tournament for Maple Grove, and for Coach Hageland, her 3rd. Dan mentioned runner-up that first season. Last year, 5th place, and a lot of good teams, though, at the state tournament.
Well, I'll tell you what, you and I have known Amber for quite a while, and we got a lot of respect for her. She is a heck of a coach, and she's going to get her shot again. I just know she's going to get her shot again. It's an experienced team she's got, John. They could raise some heck in the tournament. Blaine's got 13 freshmen and sophomores now. What do you think? I think they might be knocking on the door again in the next couple years.
Good season for a young Bengals team. They finished 16-11-0 on the year, section runner-up. No doubt we could definitely see these teams again in this section championship a year from now.
Yeah, they both right now are very deep, and they both got young players. So it's going to turn into a nice rivalry. We could always see some of that tonight with the physicality they went after each other with, too.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our trophy presentation and more as we wrap things up from the Roseville Ice Arena. Maple Grove headed back to the state tournament.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Good night of hockey tonight at the Roseville Ice Arena. The Maple Grove Crimson win the Section 5AA Girls Hockey Championship by a final score of 4-2. Brooke Gazebo watching the final seconds tick off. And hearing her teammates celebrating a second straight section championship here at Roseville. Bengals are just finished getting their medals, their second place medals. And now we will get the championship trophy, or rather the runner-up trophy that will be presented to the Bengals. The rest of their roster getting introduced. You know, the last four players numerically for Blaine that got introduced here tonight: Sandberg, Hansen, Morgan Zink, and Jensen. 3 freshmen and an 8th grader.
Yeah, how about that, huh? Man, well, they put up a good fight. This is a good hockey team, and it's going to be a scary hockey team in the next couple of years.
Steve Geider getting his medal for he and his coaching staff. Now we'll get the runner-up trophy that'll be presented to the Bengals captains. Congratulations to Blaine on a good season. Kenzie Sinner and Britton Fussy coming forward to take that trophy. Kaylee Blessy. Always tough though when you lose, Dan. I mean, it doesn't matter if teams tell you or somebody tells you you're the underdog or you shouldn't win. When you get this close, and you've played so long and so hard, and then the finality of it all, and you come up a little bit short, it's tough.
You never expect it. I mean,
right.
You always think of yourself moving on, so it's kind of a shock, and you can always tell with the kids at the end of the game, they kind of look and slow down, and they're kind of in shock, but
now the Crimson getting their medals. Principal Dr. Bart Becker there from Maple Grove handing out the first place medals to his students. Kayla Macklett had a nice season. Played a solid game there tonight. Number 8, one of the captains for the Crimson.
Sam Stell, just another tremendous game by her. Boy, she was motoring pretty much.
Stella Retram, one of 2 freshmen on this team, along with Oakland. And both those young women get a lot of ice time, Dan, for Maple Grove.
Well, she's third leading scorer in the team. She had a tremendous year, and there's nothing but good things to come up with. Miss Corbin, who we highlighted earlier, had a tremendous game.
Sam Nordstrom, a goal scorer tonight.
And that's one thing about this Crimson team, too. They have 14 players coming into section that have scored goals. I mean, that's spreading it around. Look at tonight. How many? I mean, Stensley obviously stood out with her, too, but Nordstrom got one. And, oh, my gosh, a defense person scored. My gosh, this Getch.
Bridget Getch getting a goal. Tristana Tater really has had a great season. Another captain for Maple Grove, just a junior. She'll be back next year.
Yep.
Emily Oakland, the freshman. Sarah Berglund, senior defenseman. Her dad, the boys hockey coach. I know he's a proud father to be out there and watch his daughter get her section medal here tonight.
He comes to every game he can. I've seen him at the rink a few times when we've done these games. So Bridget Gatz getting her goal. Boy, that was a big time. Her face just lit up when she buried that puck.
Jenna Tim, another captain and junior.
She's going to be a tremendous player next year, too. You wait and watch.
These next 3 Maple Grove players, all sophomores. So yeah, they've got a lot of players that will come back next year. Macklett, Corbin, and Nordstrom, they're key seniors that will graduate after this season. But the core of this team coming back next year.
Yeah, we could have a three-peat. I mean, it's possible here. They've had tremendous youth programs, too, over the past few years that have done, they haven't won state, but they've taken second a few times as they were coming up. So this will be a big step for them, and we'll see how they get ready and react to the big lights next Thursday. But when she got her section final,
and both of these goalies, Donna Fowler and Brooke Casebo, both juniors, will be back as well for the Crimson. Co-head coaches Amber Hagelin and Kevin Gray will come out now and get their medals.
Gee, Amber wouldn't be smiling, would she, no. Coach Hagelin? No? She's just tickled. She said before this game she really wanted this for these kids. She says they've worked so hard. They bought into what they've been trying to do. And so I think she's pretty tickled to death right now.
Activities Director Ricardo Jones out there as well. And there's the section championship trophy from Maple Grove.
Oh boy. 3 more games, John. 3 more games.
Crimson figure the kind of ball. Trying to figure out where they're going to be, and ballparking it, thinking they'll be the 4th seed. Edina, Andover 1-2, or Andover Edina, and then Minnetonka 3, and they'll probably be the number 4 seed, the coaches seed on Saturday morning, and the Crimson will know who their quarterfinal round opponent is next Thursday.
Yeah, they'll get the 5 seed obviously, and that'll be this will be another game. But they've gotten over the hump of the quarters and the semis once. Maybe this is the year. Edina's very strong, Andover's very strong.
There's the picture that'll go with the trophy. Section champions, Maple Grove. 4-2 win, their 20th win of the season, and they go on to the state tournament. Congratulations to the Crimson. And that will do it for our telecast tonight from Roseville Ice Arena. For Dan Ficken and all of our terrific crew here tonight at Roseville, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for tuning in. Our final score again. Maple Grove on to state. They defeat Blaine 4-2.